Hello, I'm David. Here's a fourth attempt. Last video was alright. I think about calling it a video for the blind. I think here might be the first actual usage of a history. See if I have. Here's all the different sites that I just went to. And showed these in the video for quite a while. Just taking a note of those. It crashed when I was searching the thing. That's the thing about virtual bass is so none of these things were seen. And is that my keyboard doing that again? One of these videos is, I hope it's that one. It's not, I don't think it's showing open link in new tab. I don't know if that's the right video that I was trying to link to. Oh well. I guess I considered, I don't know. So, long story short, here's the notes from that. I forgot to mention that I want to see if this is a real thing. I heard about it yesterday. I want to see if it's a real thing. So my keyboard's not working. So apparently it is a real thing. And in my opinion, that's going to be Bill Gaines, who was seen in one of these links. Bill Gaines, aka William Gaines, and Bill Gates, sort of like this, reminds me of that. That's just what I think it's referring to. I was going to try to recreate one of these. I don't know why the keyboard's not working. I'm going to try to recreate this in a map editor of a game that I was just showcasing. I thought I was. So I'm going to be using this map here. So the first thing I can make is Walden Pond, and then I can make Route 126, Walden Street, and then I can make the Concord Turnpike, a larger, like an avenue, Route 2, and then I can make the Boston and Maine Railroad. So I guess I'll keep that loaded in the background. And here goes this fourth attempt to capture this. What I think the engine of this game, like the core engine of it, is the same that was bought by whatever company developed this game. Rockstar Games, I think, used it to develop GTA 4 and 5 because the biggest clue, I think, is, because it is sort of mysterious, is the lighting. And the last video that I just made was 1 hour. It's sort of like a podcast, my first podcast, because the video had crashed, even though like the webcam was still working. Just gonna double check and make sure the video is good. Alright, so here it goes. Has very fast loading times. I'm going to. So it's sort of the introduction sort of built into it. You know what? I just realized that looks like Nakatomi Plaza from a game called Hard Trilogy from PlayStation 1. I think it really does go back to this. Hard Trilogy. It's a 3-part game that I've argued with people online that it's the core engine of Max Payne, because what I notice about Die Hard Trilogy game is that between the loading screens and the gameplay, there's sort of no distinction between the loading screens and the gameplay, like in Tomb Raider, for example. What we can see here is when they show off Nakatomi Plaza, so it loads, but it's still always loading. We see Argyle's limousine. I don't know the company. I know it's Nakatomi Plaza right here. You see that. Just like the beginning cutscene in Max Payne. And then here's, the basement, and he works his way up and stuff. You can see through walls. The way that the characters move, and the way that, the character of John, the way that he moves through his virtual world, he looks like Max Payne without a suit. The way he runs, the way he jumps, the way he does a lot of things, the way he throws grenades. That's a truck from the movie too. And then so, if I search Max Payne 1, in Max Payne 3, they talk about it. They showed it when they're selling it. They say, with Max Payne 2, I wonder if the website is still up. Because I used to go to that website before it was released. I pre-ordered this game before it was released a long time ago. This was a long time ago. 2002, I remember ordering it, pre-ordering it via GameStop, or I don't know. It's definitely not the same website that it was. No, that's not the same site. It had its own site. It was outside of Rockstar domain. Max Payne 1. Search it again. Max Payne 1. Cutscenes. No sound. Whatever. Oh, that's some kind of a technical thing. So, in Max Payne 3, when they were promoting it, they said there's loading in the cutscenes so that you don't have to wait so long. And that was one of the reasons that Rockstar Games said that the game should be, ought to have been bought. Alright, video appears to still be good. So the very opening sequence right here is very similar to that Nakatomi Plaza that we just saw. So they talk about the Aesir Plaza, compare that to Nakatomi Plaza, and they compare this to the limo that we saw. And here's the same view of starts from the ground and looks up of Nakatomi Plaza. So in my opinion, it's the same game. And when I think Rockstar Games bought from Fox Interactive, video gaming division, they're the ones who published and created and developed Die Hard Trilogy up here. And it's called a trilogy because there's 3 parts, and the third part of the Die Hard trilogy, the first part is this Max Payne type thing. Second part is sort of just shooting. Is this just part 1? Part 1 of 3. It's a long video game. I was looking for what game has, space exploration via vehicles. such as rovers on the ground or especially ships, in space. And it's going to be the one that has the guy who plays the real actor who's Luke Skywalker in Star Wars. The game's called Wing Commander. I remember I rented that from Blockbuster. It was a 10-disc game on PlayStation 1. And I really have to check that out again because I think that's the game that has it, has the copyright on space exploration. It's not going to be Mass Effect. Yep. This is exactly the type of thing that I'm trying to have in a video game. As the inside view of ships, as well as probably fighting with ships. You can see stuff here. Here's the... Was that a video? Oh, it was made into a movie. Okay, that makes sense. It's like a 6-disc game on PlayStation 1. That's not it. I'll type in PS1. Oh, I guess it was called Wing Commander 2. Or it was a 4-disc game. Or maybe that's Wing Commander 3. Wing Commander 4? Yeah, and then check out the whole series. Awesome. Cool. Epic adventure. Okay, so I think Rockstar Games used the third part of the Die Hard trilogy for GTA 3. Where is that though? Die Hard Trilogy, Part 3. And there's also Die Hard Trilogy 2 set in Las Vegas. That has interesting cutscenes. I've only seen the cutscenes. Here's one of the video games that I used to play the most. Is that my screen, or is that the website? Okay. I thought it was having ghost presses. That's one of the reasons that the video was crashing earlier. There's the helicopters from Max Payne 1 cutscene. Okay, so where's my options over here? So I can just see the way that the cars move through the world. This was developed into GTA 3. And so I still remember being completely astounded, as everyone else was, with the night vision. At night, when video games are at night, the graphics always look better, the video looks better, and that's changed to the radar in GTA. Anyways, so here's the original code from the 90s that was used to develop GTA, maybe even Sleeping Dogs, the video game that I featured in one of my recent videos. So along the lines of that discussion, let me close out these just because, oops, I went too far. Oh well. Hello. Thank you for welcoming me to A-Train. Nope. So the way that the sunlight is affecting these buildings that look like Nakatomi Plaza or something leads me to believe that this is all the same game engine. So here's one of the trains. This, for example, if we check it out on the radar, could be Los Santos from San Andreas and GTA 5. The train going out to like San Fierro or one of the suburbs. There's a station, and it could all be zoomed into. Was that a vehicle? I can't remember if there are vehicles in this game. Sort of like what a first-person view is. That could even be the same subway train code that was used in Max Payne for some of the iconic scenes from that game. So here's sort of first-person perspective. You know, for example, following one of the characters in GTA or any other game, or lots of other games. Very realistic looking. Those same vending machines. And here's moon or something casting a shadow. Neighborhood. So I'm really excited that I've discovered this game. Not a lot of people know about it. I think it's actually on Nintendo Switch. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a map editor. Is that a park? I'm sure I could adjust the graphics to make it look better. I think it looks great how it is. I think it's going back into daylight now. So a lot of people have been talking about GTA 6. So in my opinion, you know, it might have a map editor using this, a similar game engine to this one, so that people can make their own maps. But that's going to split up everyone. There's actually the moon going down. So if the moon goes down there, and if I turn over here, I should see the sun going up soon. This on the radar could be Walden Pond. Just gonna. There it is. So I should be able to watch it go. That's awesome. That's even better than whatever the virtual planet, virtual space thing that I have. There's a lot of good websites for tracking planets, planetary movements and stuff. Intergalactic planetary. You know what I just found was instrumental from the same channel that I found. I can't remember what other song, but it's the same channel that makes good rap beat instrumentals. YouTube, show me video results. Without me, instrumental. I just watched the video. It ought to be over here in my, there it is. So here could be Walden Pond. So, with checking out the GTA 4 trailer, I can't imagine that anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, but I'm sure lots of people haven't seen it. The original trailer that they used, that not a lot of people saw, because it didn't sell very well. Even though it's the best game of all time, it didn't sell very well. The first thing that's showcased in the trailer is the lighting. So there's a train. First thing we see. There's something I mentioned in the previous video. That's where I think they stopped developing the game. There, right there. You can see how the lighting flashes over there. It flashes again. So it's the same game engine, in my opinion. There's the MetLife building. There's a Grand Central Terminal. Times Square. So, you know, that ought to just, you know, the truth is seen, rarely heard, right? There's the platypus, and it also has a sister. It also has a sister ship called the Octopus. So let me research Walden Pond map again. I think maybe taking a break from this app and giving it a rest is actually preventing the computer from crashing like it has. This is the fourth time I've tried to record this video. It looks like Texas, just that looks like North Texas, and that looks like the southern tip of Texas. So that map is good, but this one is better for my purposes, I think, just because I can barely hear that. It's already, of course, the volume's already the maximum. Hello, can I see that picture or something? No, I can't see that picture. Alright, whatever. So that's Walden Pine. I'm going to go ahead and try to design that. Thank you. Thank you for taking me back to the start screen. I'm just gonna hope that the map editor, looks like there are no real places. I'm sure one of these most resembles I'll just start from the beginning. This is my first experience importing a template into this map editor. I have lots of experience with map editors. It's almost 20 years of making video games. Right. So here would be the site of Walden Pine Sea Park. Almost 2,000 meters above the horizon, above sea level. Okay, so here's the entire square map. Then I can make a circular map of San Andreas. So it's still in the same song. Okay, so let me just take a look at that. That's how it looks. Okay, so it looks sort of like Texas with a weird thing over here and that. I'm just going to try to draw it. I probably should draw it on a paint or something. There might even be a website for painting. Okay, so the first thing is going to be, I don't know why it has I've never seen that in a map editor, like a play. The train, construction, market, no. Where's the terrain at? I don't see any options for adjusting the terrain. Maybe there's not one. I think there's no option for changing the terrain because that has a copyright in SimCity 4. Automated city development. Oh, so I can change the speed of the game. Okay. FL Studio apparently is the program. I'm just gonna go without music. Did the game crash? The game crashed. No, it didn't crash. Oh, I can change the editing area, elevation. Oh, make C. Yeah, I'm trying to make C. So the entire thing is C now. So I can't add water in. Maybe level is what they call land? No. Edit area. Okay. I formatted the whole map to nothing. But how do I add it? Land? So that's the sea. Okay. Sometimes it's a key to press, but I don't imagine that. I tried left clicking, I tried right clicking, I tried clicking the center button. Nothing seems to be adding the land, so so that's how I changed the area size to add. Wow, I can even see underwater. Okay. I don't see any options over here. I think I'll start from the beginning. I'll just start with one that's already somewhat. Yes, thank you. The manual, the game manual would. I can find Alright. Let's just look at a small bridge. There's a river. Junction. I didn't mean to press that there. Oh well. I'll start over here. Restart. Okay, so here's like the freeway that's near the river. It's gonna go that way. Here's just a regular road, it looks like. That's not going to work because the road's red. It doesn't look like it's going to work. Okay, there. Confirm. Unlike SimCity, I start where I want to finish, and then connect that ultimately over here. This seems to work good. Is there only one type of road? Apparently there's only one type of road, and I would imagine there's only one type of track. The track can run near the river. Maybe even across the river. A train bridge. Oh, a train bridge, like Cambridge. That's funny. Okay. And then I'll add the station. It could be an underground station, a marshalling yard, a terminal station. So I'll add one station over here. and that's the terminal station, because that'll be like, eventually that'll be a larger city, and here will be like the smaller transit city that people arrive at, I suppose. And that's just going to be a ground level basic station. Alright, and then I'll add a train. I could add a bus stop to the road over here near the train. And then in just a minute I'll okay, so there's different, so that's a departure bus stop, there's side of the road bus stop. Oh wait, I meant to add the bus station, right? Bus stop. Oh, bus terminal. So the bus terminal is going to be, I guess, over here, or it could be over at the other one, the larger part of the city, across the river. And then I'll have to add a road. If I'm going to have that bus terminal, it's going to have a road on it too. Alright. Cool. I don't know what button I'm not pressing right. Looks good. Add a train to the train station. Hope it didn't crash. Nope. Oops. Okay. So there's a lot of different type of trains. Express freight train. Just a regular train over here. Okay. I don't know if it's automatically added in there. It probably is. So now I'll try to make some construction. I can make a company headquarters over here at the small city, I suppose. Let me zoom in to see what it looks like. Just passing over the train station. So that's clearly the front, and it'll be right there. Okay, that'll be right there, and then I could add another road on the side of it. I could add some office buildings near. Looks like there's a lot of different type of office buildings. That's great. Just there could be a small road in between those. Alternatively, there could be office buildings across the street over here, and that could also be the same road that goes through. So that's under the track tab. I click road, and then I change what the road looks like, I guess. So that's a common mistake in a lot of games. Can I press escape? Can I delete that building? I'm gonna have to move that building one more thing that way. What is this market tab? Is that just information? Oh, stock market, real estate, bank. That's awesome. That's incredibly detailed. I would always say that Industry Giant 2 would be a better game than this one until I saw that market stuff. Now, this game just won me over with that. So I'm going to remove the headquarters and then re-add the headquarters. And why not make it the most largest, right? So, change the camera a bit so that I can actually see what's happening. And I'm going to make sure to leave more than enough room. So what's the front of the building? That looks like the front to me, even though I can see little air conditioning things. So I'm gonna say this is the front because but what would look like the road entrance from the road? Probably that one. No, it'll be a side road entrance. People drive by it and then they see it. So it'll be right here. Okay, that's company headquarters. And then the track where I find the road. Build. Is that still not large enough? Okay, so it is large enough now. So that's going to be a side road that leads to near the train terminal, because of course, after all, you know, it's a train company. Confirm. Can I just press enter? Can I press enter? No, I'll just press confirm over here. I'll make another block. I guess the number of streetlights would determine how large the block is. So confirm. I could add more buildings over here. I could add a home. I mean, what company CEO wouldn't want to live just right near his headquarters? Office buildings, hotel, or a nice hotel for people that arrive. A luxury hotel. There could be like a less expensive hotel, you know, close to the headquarters and the office buildings. I have to see it again though. I can't tell what's the front of the building from that far away. I can't see the whole building. So that's, I guess it'll be facing the train station. That's good. Okay. And then also a luxury hotel. Maybe one down here. That one or this one. What is it? What's the name of that? The Pacific. That's the Pacific Hotel, like the Pacific Union Railroad. It's going to be really close to the other one because there's not going to be another road. These two buildings next to each other would create a block. Is that the front of the... I'll just say that's the front. It's not that important. Okay? So that's just, you know, the beginning of the city. What does built-in location mean? I'm going to zoom out. So that's the headquarters. 2 hotels, 1 luxury. That's a smaller luxury hotel, and that's just a regular hotel. Office buildings. Here's the company headquarters of the train. There's a block. So what else are people going to need? They would need a restaurant, sports facilities, leisure facilities, a casino. Well, why not? Okay, so I'll put the casino near the hotels, and maybe eventually the casino could have its own hotel inside. I keep pressing the wrong buttons over here. So what's the back of the hotel? Or the casino? I'll put that over here and make a new block over there. I'll make a new block in between those 2 buildings. I just don't know what's the front and what's the back. I'll say it's the side. No. Yeah, it'll be facing straight ahead. Is that the right size for leaving enough room for the road? Yep. Okay. So I'll build about halfway that I imagine the other block is. That was not a good guess. So I confirm that, and then I build over here. In Tropico, this is always a problem, connecting these roads that way. So I'm going to build much longer than I need. I learned that from Tropico. And then I'm not going to connect it over here because it's just a guess, and then I'll confirm it. And then, is that connected? I can't remember. Nope. Perfect. Okay, so now I have 2 blocks. I have more things to add in. Oh, confirm. Confirm. Harbors, public buildings, park, university, nature reserve. Yeah, I'll go ahead and add a park that takes up the entirety over here. A whole width of a block. See if I can zoom in again over there. The keyboard is kind of hard to navigate with the controls. Oh. But the number key part of the keyboard is good. So that's a park? Why are there so many buildings if it's a park? If I wasn't map editing, I would check it out before placing it to see if these mesh together good. Can I press escape to get that out of there? Do I press X? Now I want to see how it looks. That does look like a university or something. So, are people going to be able to walk through here? Oh well. I can't see that great, but that's okay. Alright. Looks good. So there's a park there. I'll go ahead and press play just to add something. Power plants, apartment buildings for people to live when they work at the office buildings. And that'll be right at the junction over here. A set of apartments there. One box of flats. In between there could be an imaginary alley. And then you could just to add some variety, make them all facing a different way to look like they're different when they're really not. Just the same building design. Alright, some flats. Okay, I can check in on that train. Is it running? So the people there now, they can live here. There's a residential tower. It's going to be very large. Near the office buildings, and so now there's more people than are going to be working. There's not enough jobs at the office, so let me just make sure the video is still recording and I'm not just like talking to myself. Okay, great. And so now that's a large apartment tower, multi-story buildings. So now I can have a manufacturing plant over here at this other side of the map, across the river. Right now the only way, there's two options, either to swim across or to ride the train across. And so right near the bus terminal, there's not even a road. There is a train. I don't know why it's not running. I'm not going to sell it. It is just the map editor. Maybe if I load the actual game, I don't know. Oh well. Okay, so I'll build a road here near the bus terminal and the train terminal. I just right clicked because that was a mistake. So now here's a road connecting. Confirm. I think I just added extra road for no reason, but that's okay. So, directly from the bus terminal, there could be this. I'll go ahead and confirm that. Trying to add a block over here. I don't know what button I pressed. The camera like reversed though. What's happening over here? For some reason it won't connect. Well, it will connect there. Okay. Confirmed. And then so now I'm adding what was it? A manufacturing plant of a factory complex, small and large. That doesn't look very large, but whatever. So that's a manufacturing plant, industrial complex. Yeah, this definitely reminds me of City Life 2008 game from a French studio. But I don't, who knows? They probably, yeah, well, it does have cultural centers in that multiplex, theater, aquarium, museum. But where else could they work besides manufacturing plants? Shops? Sure. A petrol station. There, a supermarket over at the other place. There could be a field and a forest, field of flowers, vineyard, greenhouse. Awesome. This reminds me of in a place in GTA. So there's a vineyard right near these manufacturing plants. That's, I don't know, funny, I guess. The developers don't play though. Like they never, except for in GTA, they do sort of. Like who would want to have wine that's made at a vineyard that's directly across from this dirty industry stuff? I don't know what those would technically be. So that is not bad, and this is a great editor. 2 thumbs up. The other editors that I've experienced with, first one's going to be StarCraft 1 from 1997, or 1998, and also Industry Giant 2 from 1998. There might be some others, Age of Empires, but those are going to be the main 2 that I've experienced with, and this is now the 3rd one. So I'll go ahead and save the file, and I think that's about an hour's worth of video. Save an unfinished map. But what should I call it? I'll call it Large Town, Little Town. Save as a new file. City name. Large Town and Little Town. In the state, I'll just call it not San Andreas. Yeah, I think it's San Andreas State from GTA. Save as unfinished map as new file, and I can see if it'll load into that. Just looking at my camera for the first time, I can see if it will load into the game. I meant to check the time. So did it save? Well, it's saving again. Import custom game. Why is that option there twice? Import custom game twice. So now I'll try to load the file. So I'll quit to the start screen. Thank you, please. And hopefully try to load that up. The difficulty with map editors is generally this part. It's not going to be very easy to find. Is that it? Template. Import the finished map. It looks like there might not even be a difference between the map editor and the game itself. And I don't really even see that either. There's really not that much difference between playing a video game and editing the video game of the map. So here's the city that I just created. It's actually 2 cities, Little Town and Large Town. So if I see the train is running, then I'll know that it's working. But I didn't schedule anything for it. Where is it? Show technical data. Show status. Oh, it's not placed. Oh, all I have to do is place it. Oh, I'll just place it. Place the property. Okay, so I place the train. It is ARF at the terminal. Get a side view of it. It doesn't have a conductor, but whatever. Turn around. Timetable assistant. Train window. Timetable assistant. Go ahead. Close timetable assistant. So it's selected. Now it needs a destination. So if I disable the satellite, I can click the timetable. Or can I? Operating mode stopped. Is that what that means? Oh, departure time. What is the option here? Drive on through. Departure time. Great. Yep. Looks good. I don't know if I did that right or what. Okay. So that's where it is. Station. Train. How can I add it? It's paused right now. Oh, I think I worried for nothing. So, it automatically goes. I'll see if I can recreate the view from San Andreas. So it arrives there, it picks up the commuters, because there's not a lot of places to work here. And then they go, the only way to cross the river, as I mentioned, is they can swim or they can ride the train across. And then they can work over here at either the gas station, the bus stop, the train terminal itself, or these factories, or the vineyard. So it does work, and I can recreate, any city that I want to, Dallas or Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, Buffalo, Boston, even European cities. I can also do that. Okay, so that's the end of the video.